Hey guys, it's Melanie Hinds. I'm your fastest Iraqi Dinar summary on the net. I just bribed my puppy with a peanut butter Kong. The other two dogs are in the room. I'm trying to train her to be calm in the house. It's kind of crazy today. So anyways, so I hope you will consider subscribing and tapping the bell. I bring you the fastest human summary on the net of everybody. So we got the most breaking news. I did a short right after I was done with my live stream this morning because an article came in about BP, and I'm going to read the article. We'll see what else we have time for. The rest was there's snow in Iraq, crazy weather over there. Our guys are safe. Thanks. Praise God. The development road completion rate's at 97%, which is good. The oil minister said the Cyan export pipeline is ready to ship oil. All they need is Turkey to turn on the key, turn on the flow, and that's according to Jack that was in chat this morning. All my timestamps are up. The company's executing the Baghdad Sustainable Forest Project announces the launch of the works right there in Baghdad. They're going to do a lot of green spaces. Think Central Park in New York, but a new fancy version of that in Baghdad. And if you haven't looked at all the improvements in Baghdad, to the CBI, to the new city, a very sustainable city they're building, guys, this thing is ready to pop, I think. And so then at the last minute during my live, and I also read Mr. T's summary of timing being because of things that I read in that article that I probably won't have time to share in this summary. This is a great week for it because the UN and releasing it from the exotic currencies list might happen simultaneously. And when the UN posts it, a new rate, they do it on the end of the month or the 15th of the month. And the 28th is the end of this month, and that's a Friday, which would time well with regard to those centers that are going to open up over the weekend and collect everybody's currency while the banks are closed. So this could be a really good week for it. So keep your positive prayers up. I know there's crazy things going on in the world. I don't know, it's kind of a little crazy. So this is what happened today. The Iraqi government signed an agreement with British energy giant BP to develop and rehabilitate 4 major oil fields in Kirkuk in the presence of al-Sudani, marking the final step before the official contract is concluded. So listen to this. They signed an agreement, final step before the contract. Remember, I know the difference in contract law because I studied it. I have 2 degrees. I worked for Pricewaterhouse. I was an auditor on the partner track. I know what the auditors are doing there. I have a unique perspective. Please subscribe and tap the bell to always hear my insights because they're very pivotal to understanding what's going on. So it said a series of negotiations on technical and contractual aspects, including the economic model of the projects. He said they're securing the best contractual terms and maximizing benefits for Iraq. And what they're doing is building on the memorandums of the MOUs signed in London during al-Sudani's visit to the UK. They're securing the best contractual terms and maximizing benefits for Iraq. Of course, because they signed an agreement, yet before the official contract is concluded. So guys, what if they sign the contract on Monday, change the rate on Friday? Or maybe they sign the contract and, because it could have they just might not have released it, right? So this all speaks to good timing because they haven't signed any contracts with the external country yet. They've been signing MOUs. So that is a trend. So I'm just saying it speaks to the timing. And if you look at my live stream this morning, I shared more details. So then you go to the summary of everybody else. And so this is Mark Z. Iraq announces new security agreement to Trump administration. Iraq is proposing a security agreement with the U.S., working together as partners for security throughout the Middle East. This is big. It's exciting to see Iraq become a sovereign, independent country. It now needs a new rate. Thank you, Mark, for that. Claire, article, huge wealth. What do you know about precious metals in Iraq? Quote, Iraq is witnessing an important shift in economic strategy as the government is moving towards diversifying sources of income and strengthening non-oil sectors with the project to localize precious metals along the most prominent projects on this path. I reported on the fact that they had hired somebody that scans the ground for what the resources are under the ground. So I'm glad she pointed this out because they bring out things a few days after I've done the detail articles. So it's always good to keep all these points fresh in your mind. And I love everybody's different perspective. That's one of the reasons why I love doing this summary for you. I hope you will put a comment down below and appreciate that I'm doing it for you. Militiaman, they haven't turned that Kurdistan oil on at 1310 because there's a whole new ball game coming to Iraq. I agree with him. It's a digital world, and Iraq's real effective exchange value of their assets that they have. They don't have much debt, non-oil revenues, taxation, gas. It's going to be amazing. The development road project, all the industrial cities they're going to build along that path. The private sector is going to go crazy. I love Militiaman. He summarizes it kind of like I do. I love it. Tishwash finally found forward movement on the budget schedules. There was an article after a difficult labor, the 2025 budget schedules finally found their way to the Council of Ministers. Quote, the Iraqi parliament recently approved an amendment to the general budget related to Article 12. Guys, we broke that last week, but I'm glad they brought that up. Which settles the dispute between the Kurdistan region and the federal government over receiving the region's oil. Again, they've been showing a unified front between Kurdistan and Baghdad, Sudani and Barzani. So it's just such a good time. Keep your prayers up there. Positive prayers only. Go to sleep. Even if you have to take a nap, go to sleep visualizing what you're going to do with the money. Like the end result. That's the best way to do this. It's the best way to do this. Right. Faith is the substance of things hoped for but not yet seen. God always said, Abraham, step outside your tent. What do you see? I see millions of stars. And then they had a conversation about that. He said to the guy, what do you see? When they hadn't had rain in a while, he saw a little cloud, right? So God is always asking you to look forward. What do you see? So what do you see with this in this summary? You be the judge of that, but I hope you will join us in my channel where we're pulling it in by faith. We fast and pray, and it's good. So Frank 26, what is it we're looking for? Budget tables. But before the budget tables can even be shown, what was it we needed from Kurdistan? Oil flow, because it's going to open the tables to the budget. The oil is but one of the many things that needs the new exchange rate. If you see that oil has been agreed upon and you see it's flowing and you see it coming to Baghdad, do you know how close you are to seeing those budget tables? Very close. Mountain Goat, if you are a financier and or economist and really study how things work in the real world, it can be seen that increasing the rate of the Iraqi dinar will make it valuable, and thus more companies outside of Iraq will want it. Better yet, if you reinstate the dinar on the global trading platforms, which is what Mr. T and I always have believed, thus, if you reinstate it, thus the amount of trade won't even matter, and the dinar will be more acceptable, and it will decrease the demand for the dollar on its own. Don't forget also that when the dinar is reinstated, it will repeg off the sole dollar peg and peg to a weighted basket of current. I don't know why they're saying that. All we need is the rate on an exchange. That's my opinion. The next step is the in-country RV with the project to the whatever. I don't agree with that, so I'm not going to finish saying it because it's my summary. Then Mark Z said, it's my summary. I don't want to confuse you. I want you to stay in alignment with what we've been discussing and with Mr. T's, which was amazing this morning. Everybody mentioned it. Look at my timestamp from this morning. The government moves to diversify its non-oil sectors. They are sitting on tremendous reserves, and now they are developing them. There is much more in Iraq's income than just oil. They have many gold, silver, and phosphate and precious metals. They have far more resources now than what they did under Saddam Hussein when the Iraqi dinar was worth over $3. So guys, that's it. That's your summary. I will put a link. Now look, don't be mad. I'll put two links. I'll try to put 2 links at the end. A link to my Iraqi dinar playlist where you could see more of all my summaries, which once you see several summaries, you get a much bigger picture a lot faster. And then I'm also going to put a link to my live stream this morning where you can look at the timestamp and listen to Mr. T's summation of the timing of why this week is so important from his perspective. And with that, guys, I will post the shorts later. I forgot to post the shorts. I'm going to post a bunch of shorts before dinner, after dinner, and into the evening so you can get caught up, because I didn't do yesterday's because I did 3 live streams. So please, if anything, just subscribe and tap the bell because I'm the hardest working Iraqi dinar YouTuber on the planet, and I will be talking about cryptos and everything else. The crypto market is taking a little dive. That's normal, guys. It goes up and down like all markets, but we've got the most pro-crypto president, pro-crypto Congress, pro-crypto Senate we've ever had, so we should all be rejoicing at that. The future's very bright on crypto and foreign currencies, and the thing is, they're all going to be on the same blockchain system, okay? So the future's very bright. Please subscribe, tap the bell if you need to know more about blockchain or cryptos, or you want to know how this all fits together. You're going to want to subscribe, tap the bell, and maybe even consider becoming a member, because I'm having a Zoom on Friday at 11 for my Miracle Manifestation members at that level. God bless. I'll see you later. Bye.